After their confrontation, Jungkook and In left the cafe feeling a mix of relief and anxiety. They had taken a stand, but Mrs. John was not one to back down easily. As they walked hand in hand, In felt a sense of unity she hadn't experienced before. "Do you really think she'll follow through on her threats?" In asked, concern etched on her face. "She might try," Jungkook replied, his expression serious. "But we can handle whatever comes our way. We have each other, and we'll fight for our family." The following days were a whirlwind. Mrs. Jeon unleashed a series of manipulative tactics to drive a wedge between them. She spread rumors in the community, trying to paint In as a gold digger who had trapped Jungkook into a relationship for her benefit. She even contacted Jungkook's friends, trying to convince them to pull him away from her. But rather than succumbing to the pressure, Jungkook and Win leaned on each other for support. They spent every free moment together, discussing their dreams for the future and the family they wanted to build. They shared everything, the good, the bad, and the terrifying realities of impending parenthood. One evening, as they were lying on the couch together, In rested her head on Jungkook's shoulder, feeling a sense of peace wash over her. "What if things get worse?" she asked quietly. "We'll face it together," Jungkook replied, brushing a strand of hair away from her face. "I won't let her take you away from me. You're the love of my life, and I'm ready to fight for us." As the weeks progressed, it became increasingly clear that Mrs. John's influence was beginning to wane. Despite her attempts to create division, the community began to rally around Jungkook and In. People who had known them began to see through Mrs. John's lies, recognizing the genuine love they shared. One day, as they were preparing for a small gathering to celebrate their upcoming parenthood, a knock came at the door. Jungkook opened it to find a group of friends from his childhood, their expressions filled with concern. "Hey, we've been hearing some things," one of them, Jin, said, stepping forward. "We wanted to check in on you both. We know how intense your mom can be." "Thanks for coming," Jungkook replied, a wave of relief flooding through him. "It's been a tough time, but we're managing." In joined them, feeling a little shy but grateful for their support. "It means a lot that you all are here." "We want to help," Namjoon said, stepping forward. "You shouldn't have to go through this alone. We can organize a community event to show our support for you and your baby." "Really?" In asked, her heart swelling with gratitude. "Absolutely," Jin said. "Your relationship is real, and we want to prove it to everyone, including your mom. Let's show her that love can't be controlled or manipulated." With renewed hope, they all gathered to brainstorm ideas for the event, which they named Love Unbound. It was meant to be a celebration of love, unity, and family, and it quickly gained traction in the community. As the day of the event approached, Jungkook and Yin felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. They had worked tirelessly with their friends to organize the event, inviting everyone from the local community to come together in support of their love. On the day of Love Unbound, the park was adorned with lights, banners, and colorful decorations. Local musicians volunteered to perform, and food stalls lined the area, creating an atmosphere of joy and celebration. As they watched the guests arrive, Jungkook and In felt a swell of pride in what they had accomplished together. "This is amazing," In said, looking around at the gathering crowd. "I can't believe how much support we have." "It's all thanks to you," Jungkook replied, his eyes shining with admiration. "You inspired everyone to come together. I'm so proud of you." As the event kicked off, speeches were made about love, family, and the importance of standing by those we care about. People shared stories of their own struggles and triumphs, and the atmosphere was filled with warmth and encouragement. But amidst the joy, Mrs. Jeon arrived, her presence looming over the event. She stood on the outskirts, arms crossed and a scowl on her face as she observed the gathering. Jungkook noticed her and felt a surge of anger. "I won't let her ruin this," he muttered, his fists clenching. "Just breathe," In said, sensing his tension. "We have our friends, and we're stronger than her." As the speeches continued, a local journalist approached Jungkook, asking for a few words. can you share your thoughts on today's event and what it means to you? Jungkook took a deep breath, looking out at the crowd filled with supporters. This event is about love, love that isn't dictated by societal expectations or family pressure. It's about the people we choose to surround ourselves with and the families we build together. I will not let anyone take away the love I have for In and our child. The crowd erupted into applause, and In felt a rush of pride swell within her. In that moment, she knew they were truly fighting for their love. As the event concluded, a sense of triumph washed over Jungkook and In. They had stood together against the odds, and their community had rallied to support them. Even Mrs. John had no choice but to retreat, her plan to control Jungkook's future unraveling in the face of such overwhelming support. In the following weeks, they began to plan for their new life as parents, choosing a cozy apartment and preparing for the arrival of their baby. Jungkook immersed himself in work while still prioritizing his relationship with In, making sure they had quality time together. One night, as they lay in bed, In turned to Jungkook, a smile lighting up her face. "Can you believe how far we've come?" "It's been a wild ride," he chuckled, wrapping his arms around her. "But I wouldn't change a thing. You're my everything, Yin." "Do you think your mother will ever accept us?" she asked, a hint of worry creeping into her voice. "Honestly, I don't know," Jungkook admitted. "But it doesn't matter. We have each other, and that's what counts. Our love is stronger than her influence." As they drifted off to sleep, In felt a sense of peace envelop her. She had faced her fears and fought for love, and now she was ready to embrace the future. With Jungkook by her side, she knew they could handle whatever challenges lay ahead. Together, they would build a life full of love, laughter, and the promise of a new beginning, and no one, not even Mrs. Jeon, could take that away from them.